This is Caroline Smith with We Found New Music with Grant Owens.
We're live at Make Music Pasadena Music Festival with Caroline Smith from Minneapolis.
Hi.
On We Found New Music. Your album, Half About Being a Woman, is out now.
Yes.
And you just killed it on the main stage here.
Thank you.
Let's see, who's in the band? Tell me about the setup of the band and how long you guys have been together.
Sure. So we have Arlen Pfeiffer on the drums. We have Eric Mason on the keys. And we have Jesse Schuster on the bass. And Mina Moore holding down backup vocals. And doing so much more than just doing backup vocals.
Yeah.
She sings, she dances, tells jokes.
Keeps the vibe positive
Yeah,
up there,
exactly.
everything.
She's my best friend, so basically just having your best friend on stage with you just makes you, like, loosen up a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Seems like a really positive vibe going on up there.
Yeah, we try to keep it. That's kind of like who we are as people. We like
Right.
to be positive, and we're super goofy. So we really want to bring that on stage and just always be ourselves.
Great. Well, it translates really well.
Well, thanks.
Tell me about the style. I know you've transitioned a bit since you've started. Where are you at now? Where did it kind of start in the beginning? And where do you want to be?
Yeah. So, I started out writing folk songs. My dad got me a guitar when I was a kid. I don't even remember learning how to play guitar, and I don't remember him teaching me to play guitar. But I do remember that instead of keeping journals or diaries, I wrote songs. So I'd be like, I saw you in the lunch line and you didn't look at me, like stuff like I have like
That's so
hysterical.
productive of you.
Yeah, and I remember my mom bought me like a 4-track recorder,
Yeah.
so I have these tapes that are just atrocious, but endearingly, precious. But yeah, so I started out playing folk music on the guitar, but I grew up listening to radio music. I grew up in a small town, so there wasn't like an independent music scene
Right.
there. I grew up listening to Beyonce and Destiny's Child and TLC and Brian McKnight and all the like the TRL faves.
A lot of R&B.
A lot of
There,
R&B, a lot of NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney. Yeah.
For sure. Speaking of, you had a bit of a medley up there, like a
Yeah.
90s throwback R&B medley. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we have this song that I wrote the bass line for, and I wrote the drums, and it just came through me in my veins and my blood, and I was like to the band, I was like, you guys can totally change this, I was just using these parts to write the song, and they were like, no, these are great parts, and then we found out later that like all of my favorite songs fit over this groove that I had written, and so we had like this really hysterical practice one day where we were just going off about like what songs fit over it, and most of them do. It's really insane. So we just decided to do that live.
And the keyboardist got in on it. He was singing as well.
Yeah. Eric Mason has an amazing voice, and
That's
he's
awesome.
like my ace in the hole.
Really?
Is that the term? Ace in the hole,
I think
ace in the
so.
pocket, or
Yeah.
whatever, something.
He's your
Ball in the hole, ace in
sidekick,
the-
I guess.
Exactly,
Your
like-
right-hand man.
Yeah, people don't think that like the keyboard player is gonna open his mouth and sound like an angel, like an Al Green angel.
You're lucky, man.
I
mean,
know.
So that's cool. You have a very strong band up there.
Thank
All right, let's
you.
talk about some of the themes you're writing about, and the theme of the album.
Yeah, I hit a point in my career where I didn't really know what I was writing about because I was in a secure relationship. I didn't need to be singing about men all the time or unrequited love. I don't know. And, what came out then was all the advice my mother had given me, all the advice I pass on to my friends, all the strong women that my single mother had surrounded me with on purpose to create a strong woman as her daughter. And, it was kind of like the Miyagi, like I didn't know she was doing it until I was like, Mom, oh, you genius, you got me. But, but yeah, that's the theme, is just being a strong woman
woman.
standing up for what you believe in. And yeah.
Awesome. And then the production on the album, did you produce it yourself? Who did you work with?
I did a lot of the arrangement. I'd say I did like 25% of the arrangement.
Nice.
My band did the rest. And then we worked with a producer by the name of Jake Hansen, who's also my guitar teacher. And an engineer, an amazing engineer that should get, way more credit than just engineering the record. His name is Brett Bullion. So that was
Awesome.
the crew, all in Minneapolis.
Cool. Yeah, it definitely has like an R&B vibe, pop, kind of a mix of
Yeah.
styles, which is so interesting
Yeah.
to me. Is there new music in the works?
Yes. So we are working. We're going to go in the studio this month to start tracking, and I don't know when it's going to be released. We are in a really exciting time right now in our band where we're kind of assembling this team that we're really excited about working with, and now the next step is just like releasing music, and that's where we're at right now. Those songs are written. We're just trying to figure out when to release it and how and yada yada.
And you may be moving the band here to LA.
Yes.
I don't know.
So we're
wanna
going to be
talk about
spending
that.
more time in California
Yeah.
starting September.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Caroline Smith, moving to LA. Your album Half About Being a Woman is out now.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Caroline, for joining me on We Found New Music.